So, for a quick introduction, this is my '68 Camaro. We named her Dorothy. My wife calls her Dorothy Ruby Tuesday. I've had her for about 6 years. Drove up to Huntsville, Alabama, down here in Florida. She's originally from upstate New York, it turns out, after I got the paperwork, after the purchase. The original owner was Dorothy Holt. She was 65 years old back in 1968 when she bought it. I was able to talk to a previous owner, and he said Dorothy and Harold went down to the dealership, and all they had were Camaros with big blocks, and Harold wouldn't let her buy one of those, so they ordered this one with the Inline Six. She had 37,000 miles on when I got her, and she's just got a little over 51,000 now. So she originally had the basic one barrel on there, but I needed to play around a little, and I put on the Clifford research with 3-in-1 ceramic coated headers and dual Weber carburetors, and nothing more than just the valve cover. There's no internal work that was done to the engine. Came with original rally rims with the hubcaps on there. I had these Krager's from a previous car, so I slapped those on here. So the plan is, I've already sold this engine. She's coming out this Saturday. I drove an hour up north to Muscle Car City monthly swap meet, put a sign on the windshield saying engine and tranny for sale, $1,200, and sure enough, within 2 hours I had a $200 deposit with somebody else in the wings that still wants to, you know, if the deal falls through, that he wants it. So it's got the horseshoe shifter. The only other thing I replaced or added were that small cluster of gauges in the console. And you gotta love convertibles and their sound systems. Here's just some speaker boxes on the back seat that, you know, when I go to car shows, I take them out and put them in the trunk. It's got the original power top, may very well be the original vinyl. The power top still works fine, goes up and down, as you'd expect. And again, speaking to the third owner, the story is when Dorothy passed away, her nephew got the car. He had it repainted, and at some point he traded the Camaro for a farm tractor. So I'm technically the fourth owner. And the plan is to put a LS3 with a 4L70 or 75E transmission, going with hooker motor mounts, hooker headers, hooker transmission support. I'm going to try to videotape everything along the way. I guess we might call this LS engine swap for dummies. I don't have any real background with engine swaps. This will be my first one. I'm just going to take it slow. There's a wealth of information on the internet. And I'm also a member of Camaros.net, where I've done a lot of research. Again, Dorothy was from upstate New York. I drove up to Huntsville thinking I was getting an Alabama car, but again, after I got the paperwork, I was able to find out that Dorothy lived in upstate New York. I don't know if I would have driven as far as I did if I knew the car was from upstate New York, but the undercarriage is spotless. You know, I think at Dorothy's age, she just never drove it, especially in the winter. The only other thing I'd done last year was I converted the drum brakes all around to 4-wheel disc brakes and installed tubular control arms. And down there you can see that quite a beefy sway bar compared to the original stock one. Yeah, again, this is my first YouTube video, so I think this is where I ask everyone to like and subscribe. I'll be adding more videos as the upgrade continues. Thanks so much for watching.